mankind has had a lot of not too proud moments, but one of them is definitely in Genesis 3 when man falls into sin, mankind falls into sin, and all started with Eve and Adam, and we know this story, and it's an amazing story, really. I just want to focus on one little point of it. And welcome this morning for this morning's jolt, and so the devil speaks to the woman. Has God said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And then the woman answers, we may eat of all the fruit of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst. God has said, you will not eat. And then that the devil says in verse 4 to the woman, you will not die. God does know that the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And of course, his lie had elements of truth in it. We did come to know good and evil, and we did become a little bit like God, and we are trying to be little gods ever since. And that's pretty terrible for all of humanity. And that's how we build terrible societies. And I'm smiling, but it's really a tragedy, actually. But the interesting thought here for me has been for a long time, why did not Adam intercept that communication? Why did Adam not stop this communication? Why didn't he not say to his wife, Eve, that's you shouldn't talk to that guy, like, Eve, this is really not precise, you're not saying what God told us, this is a little bit vague what you're saying. It's not exactly what God told us. Let's stick with what he said instead of just vague generalities. He didn't say, Eve, let's take a walk and you just stay here and don't come near her ever again. Why did he not intercept that? And we have often talked about it, that maybe because the European Soccer Championship was on that day, and he was too busy to pay attention, or maybe he didn't think that it was a serious thing. Maybe he didn't realize the weight of it, what was happening, and the effect it was having on Eve's heart. We don't know that, but maybe I just want to put this simple thought in your heart and mind, and want you to consider this as you go into this day and as you go into this week with God. That we do not realize the weight and value of words, and I believe we do not interrupt an evil commentary boldly enough as individuals, as believers. And there is that old saying about for evil to triumph, it's enough for good men to do nothing. And maybe we could modify it for this, for evil seeds to be sown into hearts, and to be sown into societies, and to be sown into marriages, and to be sown into childhoods. It's enough for those of us who have the truth and the love of God to just shut up and listen. We need to realize that evil commentaries, evil communications, they're there for us to be interrupted with a good word from the Lord, with a word of grace, with a word of love, with a word of truth, and to say, nope, this cannot go on. And we need to be more bold in that. Let's pray for that in our lives. And God bless you with these thoughts, and trust that we'll meet here soon again.